The teacher I'm probably most thankful for is Sullivan, because not only did he just take in a bunch of kids that he's never even seen before, but he had to teach a whole nother class and just teach us from square one because we had no idea what we were doing. And he helped me pass my class, so love him the most.
This year, probably Miss Warren's, simply because she has been really pushing me towards, looking for colleges and things like that, and really helping me think about what I want to do in my future and what I can do to achieve that.
I think the teacher that I'm most grateful for is Miss Kidd. She's always telling us that life is too short, life is too precious, and you should never take advantage of it. And she always makes sure that if a student is struggling, she always reaches out to them. What I learned from Miss Kidd is what she teaches us, to always look out for one another. I think one thing that has happened this past school year is a friend has went through a lot, and she's shown to me the love that that person should be shown.
The teacher or teachers I'm most thankful for would probably be Miss Kidd and Miss Crace, because they always look past just the work and make sure that you're really taking in all the knowledge that they're providing you with. And not just that, if you're in a bad mood, they ask you, are you okay? They don't just see you as a student coming into the classroom just to learn some content. They see you as a person, an individual that has feelings and emotions, and that sometimes aren't your best days, and they understand stuff like that.
The teacher that I'm most thankful for is Prof. She's my favorite teacher, and I'm most thankful for her because she helps me through everything that I'm going through in life. But she also manages to teach me Spanish and make me good at it. It's something I never thought that I would be able to learn ever. And now I'm actually, kicking butt at Spanish, and she's helped me through so much in my life, and I'm so thankful for her.
I'm most thankful for Miss Crace and Miss Kidd, because I feel like if I ever need to go to any teacher, I could go to them.
Teacher-wise, I'm most thankful for Josh McKinney and Melissa Cottle. They both help me when I mess up, and I mess up a lot, so that's really good, and they give me really good feedback. Melissa Cottle, she's really sarcastic, so that reminds me of myself, and I love that. And then Mr. McKinney, he makes it really fun. It don't even feel like a class.
I'm probably most thankful for Josh McKinney and Miss Kidd, because in Josh's class, it's a fun class, but when I struggle, he's there to walk me through it and explain it and actually help me understand. And Miss Kidd, she kind of does the same thing. Like, she'll explain it in different ways so I can understand it and get a better perspective of it.
The teacher that I'm most thankful for is Prof. I love you, Ms. Morrison, but Prof.'s taught me so many things. Over the past 5 years that I've had her as a teacher, she's taught me not just Spanish, but responsibility and accountability and what it means to really be kind. And Prof. is one of the most kind-hearted, brave, determined, and adventurous people I've ever met in my life. And the impact that she's had on me has definitely changed my life for the better. And she's one of the best people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing.
I would say I'm probably most thankful for Mr. McKinney, or Josh as some people call him. And he's taught us a lot of stuff, like especially with what I want to do, because I'm mainly kind of thinking about going into, doing stuff with cameras. And he's also a really nice teacher. Like, if you need anything, he'll be there and he'll help you with it.
I'm very thankful for Josh McKinney because he has helped me discover my interest in working with cameras. I learned from Mr. McKinney that is perfectly fine making mistakes while editing, and just being really positive is just his way of communicating.
I'm really thankful for all of my teachers. They've all helped me through some tough situations, and not only in life but in class too. They've helped me understand everything clearly, and I'm just very grateful for all of them.
The season I'm most thankful for is winter because you can't go anywhere because it's too cold, it snows, it rains, and you're just stuck inside with your family. So thankful for that.
The season I'm most thankful for is definitely summer because I love being out of school and being able to just do whatever I want with my friends and hang out and just live my life just as freely as I want to. And I love the hot sun, and I just think it's a really good time.
My favorite season would probably be, oh wait, I'm supposed to say thankful. The season I'm most thankful for is probably spring. I really love the beauty in spring, the way that new life comes through spring. You know, everything is blossoming, and it's a beautiful thing to see with everything just, you know, coming back and being reinvented.
The season I'm most grateful for is summer, and it's not for like the basic reasons, like you're out of school and stuff. I think it's my favorite because you get to spend time with family. Like you don't have school, you don't have work, you're not busy with sports. You finally get to sit down and enjoy family time.
My favorite season would probably be fall or like autumn because the colors, all the colors, I love when the leaves fall, and I like the temperature because it's not too hot and it's not always too cold. And then all the festivities, you know, the haunted houses and all that stuff.
The season that I'm most thankful for is summer. For the past 2 summers, I've been a part of a group that allows you to be a junior counselor at camp. And just seeing the smile on the kids' faces whenever they get to come to camp for a week and just have the time of their life is the most satisfying thing you can do. And I just like helping people, and being able to help these kids to have the best week ever is so great, and I hope to be a full-time counselor this year.
I'm most thankful for fall because I feel like that's the prettiest and it's not too cold and not too hot.
I'm most thankful for winter because that's when my birthday is, and that's when the holidays roll around, and it comes. My family comes, and it gets really messy, and it's just fun.
Fall or winter, because when it's kind of colder out, all the kids like to get outside and play, especially when it's snowing. They'll take their sleds out and like slide down the big hill. I just think it's fun to watch little kids play.
I would say fall because more things happen in the fall, and like, I don't know, families come together more, and it's just a lot better.
The season I'm most thankful for is summer. This summer is because it is the time we can travel and be surrounded by all my other family, which I just really enjoy. Getting able to see them, and it's just really fun.
The season that I'm most thankful for is fall because it's so pretty and everybody kind of comes together for fall. The whole family gets together and they're happy. It's not for a sad reason, so I really like fall. Something that brings beauty to my daily life is Spanish class, honestly. Like, my favorite part of the day is walking by Mary Sloan's class and talking to her because she's awesome, and then going to Spanish and being around the amazing ladies that are in my Spanish class and just being challenged in a fun way and like really learning. Like, it really makes me happy. I love Spanish class. And my cat too. He makes my life better.
I'm grateful for my best friend, Jolene. She has been there for me since we were very little, and I just really appreciate everything she has done for me.
I would say my best friend because we've been best friends since we were babies, and like even when our parents were in high school, like our moms were best friends, and she's been here for me more than anyone else ever has. I'm most grateful for my friends and my family. They have all helped me through everything that I've ever done or overcome in my life, and I truly wouldn't make it through life without them. And especially my friends at school, they make me laugh like all the time, and they're just awesome, and I love them.
The thing I'm most thankful for that brings beauty to my life is my eyebrow pencil, because I don't think I could ever live without that thing, ever.
Probably food. I'm really thankful for food. It's great. I need to go on a diet.
I'm most grateful for my niece and nephews and my soon-to-be nephews or nieces. I don't know, they make a good day better and a bad day good.
The thing that I'm most grateful for that brings beauty to my daily life is my best friends who've stuck with me through thick and thin, that's helped me through everything that my life has thrown at me. Just, you know, Destiny and Kierra, y'all are great. I love you guys, y'all are great.
The thing that brings beauty to my everyday life, or something that I'm grateful for every day, is the kindness of others. Whenever you see somebody, you're walking down the hallway and you smile at somebody and they smile back, that always brightens my day. When someone sees me and they're like, "Hey Emily, how you doing?" I love stuff like that. But on the opposite end, you know, negativity is really hard to deal with.
My family, because it's such a big family, so.
Getting rid of my toxic friends in the past, because they just brought me down. And now that I've gotten rid of them, I've built up my confidence and my self-esteem, and I feel a lot better about myself.
An act of kindness that's made the greatest impact in my life will be the first year that I went to camp, the summer camp. I was scared because I didn't know anybody there. My mom sent me there, and because my sister went there, and I didn't know anyone there, and I was so scared. And then one of my counselors came up to me, and she just, you know, she assured me that everything was going to be okay, and I was going to have a great week at camp. And I did, and now I want to be a camp counselor so I can be that person for kids, and so that I can show them, you know, hey, you're going to have the best week of your life. Even though you don't know anyone here, you'll meet some of your best friends.
Act of kindness that has changed my life for the better was when me and my sisters were in a really severe car accident, and a man that we don't even know was the first person on scene. Like, he wasn't an EMT, he wasn't a police officer. He pulled up and he took care of every single one of us, and when we weren't in shape to call our own parents, he called them for us and reassured them that we were okay and that he was taking care of us.
I think that acts of kindness are things that you can see multiple times. They're not just, for me, it's not just one thing that has impacted my entire life, but I think it's a series of different ways that people are there for you and support you in everything that you do. And I'm grateful for my friends and family that do that for me constantly.
It would probably be my grandmother taking me in. I mean, you know, she's an elderly lady, and she essentially had to raise a whole nother child again, and it's a huge task, and she didn't even think, give a second thought about it, and she just did it. And you know, as much as we fight and argue, I'll always be thankful for her to do that for me.
The biggest act of kindness I've went through this year would probably be my dad's fiance and her family, and my mom's fiance and his family, and my boyfriend and his family, because everyone's just so kind to me and just took me in, not even knowing who I was really, because, you know, new relationships and new things to go through, and I'm just thankful that to have them, and I'm so blessed to have all of them and their love.
Right around when my brother died, I was in first grade and I had just moved schools, so I didn't really have any friends to, you know, any close friends. So my whole first grade class and my teacher gave me a bear at his funeral.
There isn't one particular act of kindness that I've experienced in my life, but multiple that have really changed the way that I look at on life. I've experienced from my dance classes that I teach, just random little girls that just come up to me and they just make my day by saying how much they love me and how much they think that I'm such a good teacher, and just things like that just really make you appreciate everything in life.
An act of kindness that's made the most difference in my life. This sounds really stupid, but a couple years ago, me and my grandmother Connie were in Tennessee and we went shopping, and it was like almost dark when we went in. So when we came back out, it was after dark, and we put the stuff in the car out of the buggy, and I didn't think anything about it. And most people leave their shopping carts in the parking lot, but I just took mine up to the place where we originally got it from and put it back. And when I walked back into the car, and right after I got in, there was a knock on the window, and everybody was like, "What?" And we looked, And this guy just kept knocking on the window. So Connie rolled the window down just a crack to see what he wanted. And he threw in $1 into the car and was like, "It's for her," and pointed at me. And we were like, and he was like, "You know, I've sat here all day, and my job is to put the buggies from the parking lot that people don't put up and put them back." And he said, "All day you were the only person who was taking the time out of their day to put it back up themselves." And, you know, I could just tell in his face and the way that he said it that it honestly meant something to him. And it was just something I didn't even think of, something I didn't even consider to be important, because I was just putting up a buggy. And he was like, it really affected him. And the fact that, he's probably forgotten it, and I have no idea who he was, but the fact that something so meaningless to me could mean something to someone else really taught me a different perspective, and like made me look at almost everything differently now. And I know that even the smallest things that anybody does can mean a lot to somebody else. So there's really nothing too small to help somebody else.
The act of kindness that has the greatest difference on me is when my mother and my father split. We were always like bouncing from house to house, and you know, I didn't really get to have a childhood, so our grandmother, she just took me and my sister in and kind of helped Mom raise us. And she was in a difficult state as well, taking care of 2 young kids and also raising and taking care of our grandfather, who was really sick.
A challenging experience that has ended up changing my life for the better in a strange way would probably be my parents' divorce, in the sense that, no, it wasn't fun, but it helped me mature faster, and it helped me think of the things that you're grateful for, that you don't always know that you have until they're gone. It was definitely a learning experience, but one that I'm grateful I went through.
A challenging experience that has ended up changing my life for the better is having a family member that is really close to me. It's my best friend, struggle with drug abuse for my whole life. This person is clean from drugs now. He's over a year clean. But it really affected me as a kid, and it made me think that, you know, at one period in time that this person didn't love me, that they loved drugs more than me, but that wasn't the case. And addiction is a real issue, and I'm so glad that I went through that, so I'll never put my kids or my spouse through that in the future.
I've always struggled with staying focused in things, and through some of the classes that I've had up here and the teachers that have been here, they've really helped me learn to focus myself and use my energy as a way of more as a gift instead of a flaw to myself, where it was like I can't stay focused on my classwork and things like that. But now with the classes I'm in, it's like the energy that I have and the fact that I kind of have trouble sometimes just staying focused, it almost works to my benefit for some of the classes that I'm in, and it really helps me explore more things when it comes to like a mental search on things.
The challenging experience would have to be the car accident. It wasn't one of those car accidents where it was just a fender bender and you just got a little dent. It was pretty severe. I thought that night that I had lost both of my sisters, and even though I didn't, it changed my life for the better, because we realized how important family is and how life can be taken from you in an instant.
I would say that one of the most challenging experiences I've ever been through was when my great-grandmother got diagnosed with Alzheimer's. She went from being pretty much okay to being hospitalized, and she could barely talk in a matter of 3 days. And it was really tough. Like, anytime you have to see somebody that you've known for so long just not be who you know, Like, she was like a different person, and she didn't know any of us, and it was really tough. But she died about 5 months after she was hospitalized. And throughout that time, you know, I just learned that nothing really should be taken for granted, that you shouldn't take anything for granted. And I've always heard people tell me that, like, my whole life, but it's just not something that I really understood until something that's just always been there is just taken away from you. And there's no warning, there's nothing you can do. And so I've really learned to appreciate everything in life because it really can be taken away in a moment's notice. Like,
a challenging experience that has changed my life for the better is learning how to be more independent. I've chose to rely on myself more than others this year, and I think that has really helped me mature in my life and not to rely on others to help me do other things that I need.
A challenge that has changed my life for the better was learning that growing up I didn't need both parents to survive, and that it was just okay if I had one parent taking care of me, and just having my grandmother, my mom, you know, help raise me. It's just something I really appreciate.
The most challenging thing that I had to go through this year was realizing that some people just aren't meant to be in your life, and it's hard, you know, to let that person go, but at the end of the day, it's better for you and it's better for everybody in that situation.
I was young when my brother died, but usually I remembered a lot more, and I remember the day exactly, but it changed my life. Not much for the better, but I know he isn't struggling as much as he was down here, and he's happier up there.
I would say my dad leaving, because around when I was about like 11 or 12, up until then, he had always had put really bad pressure on me, and he would always cause a lot of problems between him and my mom, and that would stress my mom out really bad. And, you know, that made me upset because my mom's really the only person I could count on. My mom's really, you know, the only person I could count for, and that was there for me. And him leaving has just made it a lot better for me.
I'm not going to get really deep, but I'm going to say high school because it's a mess and it's really chaotic, but hopefully it will pay off, surely.
Probably, don't take this in the bad way, but my mom and dad's divorce. Because if they didn't get a divorce, they would still be fighting, and then we'd all just be still upset and just kind of fighting every night, so.
This year I feel more grateful for is making new friends and spending time with them, because it's not that far till we all graduate and have to focus on our careers.
As basic as it would be to say, because this is the class that I'm in, probably the media arts class, and simply because this is something that I've always been interested in, and finally getting to the third year where it's not just learning about it, but actually, hey, go get the camera, get the tripod, go do this, go shoot this interview, go get B-roll. It's really life-changing, because before I've always wanted to do things like that, but I never necessarily had all of the technology to do so. You know, I remember being like 10 years old and wanting to make movies, and all I had was Movie Maker and my camera on my phone. And now, you know, I have 5 or 6 4K cameras at my disposal and huge computer towers with tons of editing software, and it's really crazy to be able to now actually do the things that I've always wanted to do.
This is going to sound like really bland and boring, but I'm really thankful for friends and my family, and I don't give them much appreciation, so I'm really thankful for them.
This year, I'm most grateful for learning to leave negativity behind in my life. Negativity is something that you should never have in your life, and you should choose to live the life that you want to live, not how others want you to live it.
And for this year, I am the most grateful for my friends, because they're awesome, and for getting to have Mr. Triplett as a teacher for the first time, and for having Mr. Burke again this year. because they're awesome teachers and I love them.
Probably this class and my friends and family, because they've just really helped me get through a lot this year.
I think this year I feel most grateful about our senior class. We've had our differences, we fought a lot, and I'm happy that right before senior year we all decided to get close and make it the best year yet.
Making new friends and like having new friendships.
This year, I'm most thankful for the people that I've surrounded myself with that have made me the best version I can be of myself, and getting out of so many toxic ties with people and just cutting these ties and becoming the best version I can of myself. I'm really thankful that my best friends have helped me through this rough process.
From this year, the thing I feel most grateful for, probably just the memories I've made. Being that it is my senior year, I've been trying to do more things and be known, I guess. Talking to more people, not just the typical crowd that I hang with, but knowing the names of people that I see every day that I wouldn't normally talk to, I would talk to, and making memories with some of those people and getting good friendships from that.
I'm really grateful for the volleyball team because we finally won region and went to state, and that just really made me happy.
The thing I'm most grateful for this year is probably having the chance to become a better person and to finally realize my self-worth and having new relationships and new friends and just realizing that life can be actually pretty great when you want it to be and you try.